What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're on GTI assembly, or some part assemblies. So we are on the underneath. So we've got my valve things turned up. These little things, they go on the cylinders. So I've put the back ones on, the two back ones. I've started to remove the lines. I've just cut them. You know, the hydroelastic lines. They were full of like bits as well, like loads of bits of black stuff. Like they were breaking down inside. So they've come off. I've got them. Sorry. Let's have a look at some brake lines. Where's my torch? Here it is. So I've also put 2 coats of lacquer underneath. Ugh. So all this is quite protected now. I managed to get this back on. That took some cleaning, that dude, I tell you. So brake lines now, we've got new junctions there. We're running over. And I've ran this one above the fuel tank instead of below on here. Yeah, so they're new lines to there, across to there. As you said, I've started cutting these off. So I've cut that off. So really now, all this has been lacquered. We can try and get the tank up, yeah? So the tank is here. And I've part assembled it. I put the neck on. And what I want to try and do is fish it up. Like this. There's this as well, this pipe. I've left it off at the minute. I think this is like a vent. This goes in the clip on the back of this wheel well. But I can't remember the routing. I know it goes into that pipe. I can't remember where it goes as in routing wise, so it's gonna have to stay off for now, and hopefully I can get it in when this is in. This is the next thing to go in. Sorry. So yeah, we've got to get this in, and then we can actually bolt up the main part of the subframe, so we can really start plodding on. Inside is dried really nice and shiny. In here, what we've got left to do, I'm going to retape all this loom because there's a load of, it's not really taped. So I'm going to tape the loom when it comes back to here. I've got to work out where that drain goes and that drain. They're the drain for the sunroofs. Technically, they need to go outside. But they weren't, they were just sitting inside. So I need to work out how I'm going to get those outside. And then a really good clean, a vacuum, give it a nice bit of a polish to keep all this nice and fresh and clean. Then start putting all the stuff back in. Underlay, sound deadening carpets. I'm going to leave these sides off because they're knackered anyway. And I'm going to get some carpet ones because I've actually got a carpet for in the boot. So I'm going to wait and get the carpet ones. So I'll leave them off for now and it'll give this a real nice time to dry. Right, I'm going to try and put this square peg in that round hole in one piece. So I shall be back shortly. Well, it's in. And if anyone says, oh yeah, you can get the tank in with the neck in, don't fucking bother. Jesus Christ. That was a struggle. That was a struggle. Because that's got to be in the right orientation. Or the tank will not come back to go up. I tell you what. But it's up. I ended up loosening off all of these, turning them. So that's up. This pipe, now the one I said I couldn't figure out where it goes. I knew it went along here. But it goes up on top, in front, and then scoots off through the back of there, back up, sits there, and goes up. No wonder I couldn't remember where it went. That's what put me off. I can't remember it coming up and back on top. But there's a clip there for you. So that's in. Next, I need a break after doing that freaking thing, I tell you. Bloody fought me, that did. I'm so lucky I put the fucking lines on the fuel line. I nearly forgot to put the return back on top of the tank. And I was like, oh, Monica. Right, so next. Get this main section of subframe in. I'm pretty sure you can put the arms in after the subframe's on. But we'll give it a try. I've already got it out. There it is. So I'll get it on a piece of wood. It's much lighter without the arms on. Or do I just put the arms on? Jack it up. Because then I could put the arms on the cans in and everything. I don't know. We'll figure it out, shall we? I think it's going to be easier if I can get the arms in after. But I don't know, because I've never done this. Let me have a look. Right, well, that's on. So, subframe's up. She's sitting up against the bumps at the minute. I've left the jack under. Because the canisters aren't in, the back hangers aren't in. So, it's just sitting up against the bumps at the minute. New brake lines are in. Now, to line these up with the mounts, you put like a wedge in there. It took me a bit to figure that out. It lines the bolt holes up. So that's all done. I've got to grease these yet. This is all back together, tightened up. Handbrake's done up. I tell you what, that handbrake cable was a bit of a bloody mission. I need to adjust the brake. So they need, really, could probably do with a pair of hubs, but they'll come back to shape. That one's not too bad. But yeah, new lines, blah blah blah, same as the other side. And it's up. Looks pretty good. I'll drop the exhaust in as well, even though I am looking for a proper GTI exhaust. It's easier to put that in before you put the subframe in. So next is cans, springs, cans, the shafts. Now I have chopped these down 10mm, and you don't have to chop the ball joint down. A lot of people chop the ball joint down. All you have to do is you have to just drill that out another 10mm down. That's it. I'd rather do this and chop the ball joint. So these have got to go in. Cans have got to go on. Brackets back on. And to be honest, then you can start, the rest of it can start going back together then. So we are nearly there, people. We are nearly there. The cans are pretty simple. I'm still left with an awful lot of nuts and bolts though. The cans are going to be pretty simple. I've got to lend a pump off a friend of mine. I've got my fluid. I'm also going to take the brake master cylinder off, strip that down, just to check. The brakes to me don't feel like they're supposed to. But I'm used to new cars. So we'll get that off as well, shall we? So I'm going to put the cans in. Really simple. Cans in, and then technically the body kit can go back on. The rear spats, bumper, lights, And that's it. Then you can go back on its wheels and just sit on its bump stops until I've got the pump to put the suspension up. So in the next one, we'll be taking the brake master cylinder off, figuring it out. I know that might not be anything wrong with it. The brakes stop, but they're just vague, in my opinion. Ryan, that's the quick video. You've seen me dossing around, bits of bobs, nothing really worth watching, but I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, people.